In this video, we are going to talk about the pigments that are required for photosynthesis. Before that, let's talk about the things, the normal things that are required for photosynthesis. The first thing that is required for photosynthesis are some raw materials. And these raw materials are water, H2O, and carbon dioxide. So H2O, water, and CO2, carbon dioxide. Water is essential for photosynthesis. This statement was given by Theodore de Saussure. When we are talking about historical background, we learned that. And the next thing that is required for photosynthesis is sunlight. Sunlight is essential for photosynthesis. And this statement was given by Jan Ingenhousz. And the third thing that is required are some pigments. So, if we have to define the term pigments, how do you define it? In just simple words, it is something that absorbs light. Absorbs light, or it's light absorbing. So in this video, we are going to focus on the pigments that are present in the plant and how is it required for photosynthesis. So we are going to take up the types of pigments and the details and the characteristics about them. Coming to the types of pigments. So the types of pigments which are present in case of higher plants. The first pigment, the basic one, that is chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is green, and chlorophyll is also subdivided into many other types, actually 8 types. So the first one is chlorophyll A. The second one is chlorophyll B, third one chlorophyll C, chlorophyll D, chlorophyll E, and bacteriochlorophyll, and bacterioviridin. So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 types of chlorophyll which are present. So chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, chlorophyll C, chlorophyll D, and chlorophyll E, and bacteriochlorophyll and bacterioviridin. These are the 7 types of chlorophyll that are present. Coming to the next pigment, these are called carotenoids. So carotenoids, we are going to talk about the types of carotenoids as well. And the third pigment is called phycobilin or phycobilins. So chlorophyll is the first one, carotenoids is the second one, and phycobilins is the third one. Let's take up chlorophyll in detail, and we are going to talk about these types, chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, and the differences between chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Coming to the characteristics of chlorophyll. So chlorophyll. Now chlorophyll in normal, like in general, if we talk about chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, everything, in normal, chlorophyll has a head and a tail. In general, it has one head and one tail. The head is called as porphyrin head, and the tail is called as phytol side chain or phytol side tail. So head is called as porphyrin head and the tail is called as phytol side chain or phytol side tail. Coming to the next part, the differences between chlorophyll A and chlorophyll chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B are the most important chlorophylls, but chlorophyll C, chlorophyll D, these are also important, but these are not as essential for photosynthesis. Chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B are the main pigments that are required for photosynthesis. So, chlorophyll A, the first characteristic of chlorophyll A is that at position R, there is methyl functional group in case of chlorophyll A. Now, what is position R? If you have studied biomolecules, you would know that position R is something that varies. It's actually a functional group. So, position R is a functional group. It's something that varies from molecules to molecules. In case of chlorophyll A, the position R has CH3 group, and CH3 is methyl group. It has methyl functional group. Coming to chlorophyll B, at position R, there is aldehyde functional group. So aldehyde means CHO group. So in case of chlorophyll B, instead of this methyl functional group, there is aldehyde functional group. So this is aldehyde. So this is the difference between chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Well, when we are talking about position R, when we take position R into consideration, this is the main difference. Coming to the colors of chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Chlorophyll A is bluish green in color. Now this bluish green in color is just general color or natural color of chlorophyll A. But also when we're talking about the color of these pigments in transmitted light, reflected light, it varies. So natural color is bluish green for chlorophyll A. Chlorophyll B, the natural color of chlorophyll B is olive green. This is also again the natural color. Coming to the color of chlorophyll A when it is in reflected light. So in reflected light, when this chlorophyll A is in reflected light, it is usually red in color. It's red in color when it is in reflected light. When this chlorophyll B is in reflected light, so when it is in reflected light, it is usually brownish red. So it is usually brownish red in color. So this is in case of reflected light. This is the natural color. This is in reflected light. When it is in transmitted light, so when it is in transmitted light, this chlorophyll A is in green color. So it is green color. Chlorophyll B, when it is in transmitted color, it is usually yellowish green in color. So the colors are very important in different types of lights. Natural color of chlorophyll A is bluish green. Natural color of chlorophyll B is olive green. In reflected light, it is red in color. In reflected light, chlorophyll B is brownish red in color. In transmitted light, it is green in color, chlorophyll A. In transmitted light, chlorophyll B is yellowish green color. So, bluish green, olive green, red, brownish red, green and yellowish green. So these are some differences between chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Now let us take up the detailed structure of chlorophyll. Coming to the structure of chlorophyll. So, structure of chlorophyll. Now, the first thing, it has a magnesium here. So, a magnesium molecule in the middle, and attached to this magnesium are some nitrogen rings. So, like that. And there is one more here. So, these are the nitrogen rings which are attached. So, we can write it here like this. Nitrogen. So, 5 rings which are attached, 5 nitrogen rings which are attached to the magnesium which is present in the middle. Now, this is called the first ring, and this is the second ring, third and fourth. So, first one, second one, third one, fourth one, and this is called the fifth one. The order is very important. Now, the rings 1 to 4, the rings 1 to 4, so this ring number 1, ring number 2, 3 and 4, these are called as pyrrole rings. These are called as pyrrole rings. The fifth ring, so ring number 5, is called as cyclopentanone ring. Pyrrole rings are the rings from 1 to 4. So, pyrrole rings is this one, this one, this one and this one. Ring number 5 is this one, and that is called as cyclopentanone ring. So, this ring number 1, 2, 4 and 5, these all combine to form the porphyrin head. So, this is called as porphyrin head. Also, it is also called as tetrapyloric head. Why is it called tetrapyloric head? Tetra because 4, pyloric because they have 4 pyrrole rings. So, 4 pyrrole rings, it's called as tetrapyloric head. Now, the whole thing, the rings and the magnesium, the nitrogen rings and the magnesium combines to form the porphyrin head or tetrapyloric head. Now, coming to carbons, there are some carbons which are attached to the corners of these rings. So, if we have to name them, this is carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The order is very important. So, this is carbon number 5, carbon number 6, carbon number 7, carbon number 8, carbon number 9 here and carbon number 10. So, ring number 5 is cyclopentanone. Okay, so these are the carbons which are attached to the corners of the nitrogen rings. Now, the carbon number 3, this carbon number 3, here is where the R functional group is present. So we have learned what is R group. R group is the functional group and it varies from molecules to molecules. If R group, if R group is methyl, so if it is methyl CH3, it is called chlorophyll A. If it is aldehyde group CHO, it is chlorophyll B. So it is something that varies from molecules to molecules, and that R group is present in near the carbon number 3. From carbon number 7, the tail arises. What is the tail called? The tail is phytol side chain or phytol side tail. So the tail arises, and this tail is made up of 20 carbons. So carbon like that. So 20 carbons combines to form the phytol side chain. So this is the phytol side chain or phytol side tail. So this is how chlorophyll looks like. This is the structure of chlorophyll. Important things are, at carbon number 3, R group is present. From carbon number 7, the phytol side chain arises. So these are the rings. The head of the chlorophyll is called porphyrin head or the tetrapyloric head, and the tail is phytol side chain. It arises from carbon number 7. So this is the structure of chlorophyll. Next we'll take up the 2 more pigments that are present. Those are carotenoids and phycobilins. Coming to the next one, those are carotenoids and phycobilins. So carotenoids is the second type of pigment. Now usually carotenoids are lipids. They are fatty in nature, so lipid molecules. And carotenoids can be divided into 2 types. The first one is called as carotene and the second one is called as xanthophyll. Xanthophylls. So the first one is carotene and the second one is xanthophylls. Formula of carotene and xanthophylls are, coming to the formulas of carotene and xanthophylls, C40H56. So this is the formula for carotene. It's C40 and H56. Xanthophylls, it is C40H56 and O2. So the only difference is there are some 2 oxygen molecules which are being added in xanthophylls. Coming to the color, carotene is usually orange and red in color. So it's orange and red in color in case of carotene. Xanthophyll is yellowish, brown in color. And some examples of xanthophylls. So examples of xanthophylls are fucoxanthin. So fucoxanthin is one example, and lutein. Now fucoxanthin, this pigment fucoxanthin is present in brown algae. So this is present in brown algae. Brown algae is called as Phaeophyce or Phaeophyta, and these come under Chlorophyta, which is a group of Thallophyta. So these are some examples of xanthophylls and the formula of carotene and xanthophylls and the colors of xanthophylls. Next we are going to take up the next pigment, that is phycobilins. phycobilins is the next type of pigment which is required for photosynthesis or present in case of higher plants. Now, phycobilins are predominantly found in, so the first characteristic is predominantly. Predominantly means largely found in blue-green algae. Blue-green algae are cyanobacteria, so which are kept under kingdom Monera. So they are predominantly found in blue-green algae. The next thing, the types of phycobilins. The first one, the first one is phycocyanin, and phycocyanin is purple in color. And the second one, which is called phycoerythrin, and this is red in color. Now phycoerythrin is found in red algae. So it is found in red algae or Rhodophyceae. So when we are talking about kingdom Plantae, we have learnt about Rhodophyceae, that groups are in Thallophyta, those are Chlorophyta, Phaeophyta and Rhodophyta. So Rhodophyta is red algae or Rhodophyceae, and the species of red algae have phycoerythrin in them. So these are the types of phycobilins. The first one is phycocyanin and the second one is phycoerythrin. So phycocyanin is purple in color, phycoerythrin is red in color. So these are the three types of pigments that are present in plants and that are required for photosynthesis. So coming to one more important thing about pigments, chlorophyll A is the most, so chlorophyll A is the most important pigment, and it acts as reaction center. What is reaction center? Where we will take the reaction center where we are talking about photosystems, PS1, PS2, Emerson's effect, etc. So chlorophyll A is the most important pigment, and this chlorophyll A is present in middle, but in photosystems we'll take them in detail in the next videos, and this acts as reaction center. All other pigments, so all other pigments except chlorophyll A are called accessory pigments or accessory pigments, and they help in photosynthesis. Accessory pigments or helping pigments. So we have learned that chlorophyll A is the most important pigment and it acts as reaction center, but all other pigments like chlorophyll B, chlorophyll C, D, E, bacteriochlorophyll, bacterioviridin, carotenoids, carotene, xanthophylls, and phycobilins, phycocyanin, phycoerythrin, these all pigments are just they just help in photosynthesis. They help chlorophyll A to do its function. So thus they are called as accessory pigments. So this is some important information about pigments, and these are the three different types of pigments, which are chlorophyll, phycobilins, so chlorophyll, phycobilins and carotenoids. And we have looked at the things required for photosynthesis, the types of pigments. Chlorophyll head is called porphyrin head, tail is called as phytol side chain, and the differences between chlorophyll and chlorophyll B, it's the most important thing, and the structure of chlorophyll as well, and some characteristics of carotenoids and phycobilins. So this is all about the pigments which are required for photosynthesis.